Long Island flipped red, and here's why. Voters on Long Island in 2024 rejected wokeism and cultural issues in favor of economics and affordability. Unaffordability on Long Island is out of control. For the vast majority of people, the cost of housing, healthcare, education, elder care is out of control, and voters want elected politicians to do something about the unaffordability crisis on Long Island. As the dust settles in 2024, Long Island emerges as a microcosm of the country in general. We're close to liberal Manhattan and New York City, but voters on Long Island care more about affordability, less about cultural issues, and local dynamics are dominating electoral politics. This year, Long Island witnessed a fascinating interplay between partisanships and entrenched loyalties. We have a heterogeneous electorate. On the congressional level, in Suffolk County, Republicans Nick LaLota and Andrew Garbarino, held their seats in Suffolk County. They had out in Suffolk County. There's traditional cultural priorities like tax cuts, public safety, the influx of migrants in the greater New York area shipped from Texas had a huge issue, created a huge issue for Democrats on Long Island about safety. In Nassau County, however, on the congressional level, moderate Democrat Tom Suozzi kept his seat, while Laura Gillen secured her victory, which shows a counterbalance to the Republican dominance in Suffolk County, but it showed a ticket splitting where voters are voting one party on the presidential level and a different party on the congressional and local levels. Suozzi's victory was a continuation of his special election last year. Gillen unseated Republican Anthony D'Esposito shows volatility in the suburban electorate. On the presidential level, Donald Trump won a narrow but decisive 53% of the vote, which shows that Republicans are back on the presidential level on Long Island. So, what's causing this ticket splitting? One, we have a lot of local issues that people care a great deal about. Property taxes is part of the huge affordability crisis on Long Island. Environmental concerns, where voters tend to believe that Democrats are doing a better job than Republicans on environmental issues. Public safety, which voters tend to think that Republicans are doing a better job than Democrats. Voters are in exit polls expressing that they care a great deal about these local issues. It also the candidate appeal themselves. The candidate appeal matters a great deal too. So a lot of theorists think that it's only about unemployment figures or wage values or the cost of living. It also matters who these elected officials are, and so you see people like Tom Suozzi, who's a moderate Democrat, demonstrating that on issues like immigration, that a problem solver, who he has cast himself as a problem solver. He's in the Congressional Problem Solvers Caucus. That he's someone who's willing to work with anybody, and voters appreciate that and like that. So even though on the in Suozzi's district, my district, even though those voters are saying that they voted for Trump on the presidential level, they said they were willing to vote for a Democrat on the congressional level. So let's talk about some of the causes. One, taxes and affordability. That is the forefront. Housing costs, property taxes, healthcare, childcare, education costs. These are driving the cost of living on Long Island to the highest heights. It's one of the most expensive places in the country to live. Our property taxes are the highest in Nassau County, the highest in the country. Trump won on border security and the economy. Voters overwhelmingly on the presidential level said that they trusted Trump over Harris on both the border and economics. I also think there was this idea of wokeism that has transformed from the Black Lives Matter movement of 10 years ago to today, where wokeism and cultural issues are uh, signaling to voters that elected leaders care more about cultural issues than you. And that's what wokeism is telling Long Islanders. Long Islanders are saying that if you're talking about wokeism, then you're not talking about things that impact me. That's what voters are saying. Democrats found resonance with voters on environmental issues and also infrastructure. Our crumbling infrastructure is seen and felt here on Long Island. It's felt in New York City, in the greater New York City area. And so Democrats are saying that they care about that issue and that Joe Biden delivered on that issue, Democrats delivered on that issue, and they want more of that. Storm resilience and public transit improvements are part of that infrastructure bill that the federal government outlaid billions of dollars for locally, and so that was a Democratic win. So Long Island's results offer a broader lesson for American politics. Suburban voters are not a monolith. They weigh both local priorities with federal, national narratives, which means that elected officials need to, one, be individuals. They need to care about their local issues. And as the nation looks to 2025 and beyond, Long Island stands as a reminder of the complexities and the possibilities of American democracy.